Hello guys, a good day. Welcome back to Blueprints. Episode number... oh boy, number 13. That's the unlucky number, I guess. Or at least in some parts of the world. What does that mean? That we're gonna run into a day full of dead ends or something? Who knows? It's been a while since that recorded. I usually record some episodes in the weekend and then I have footage for the rest of the week. Episode 13, but we are day 17 because some of the episodes we recorded 2 days. Which means we're gonna have to do a little bit of an overview. The situation here. I think we just lost 10 steps. Okay. That was something that we wanted to test. We call it a day in the ladies' chamber. And normally we start with 70 steps, now we start with 60 steps. So don't call it a day in the ladies' chamber, because you will lose 10 steps the next day. We have 4 gems. That's 2 from the gemstone cavern, and I'm assuming we had morning room the last time in the house. Like I said, it's been a while. A couple of days since I recorded. We have 13 stars, and meanwhile we have 16 allowance. We have found 6 of the 7 letters that we were supposed to find. We have 4 outside permanent additions, but as far as I know there are at least 1 or 2 more. We have Mantle of the Night, which adds the armory to our draft pool. That is something we've been trying for a while. Trying to get these chest pieces back in the house so that we can choose another power. The only reason we choose the power of the night was to add the armory to the floor plans. Okay, we'll have a look. There is another thing that I want to check. I have written it down somewhere. We'll throw in a coin for a good wish. Let's see, what are the plans? New rooms, yeah, we're still looking for room rules. One of them is the drafting studio, which adds also floor plans to the draft pool permanently. And we saw it once or twice, which we did not usually have enough gems for it, so we never drafted it. And I'm assuming it has 8 rooms within that we can add. So we need to draft that thing at least 8 times. So it's about time that we start drafting that drafting studio whenever we see it, and hopefully we have enough gems. I think it's a 2 gem room. We want to do the chest pieces to get the power of the king. We have meanwhile managed to get the reservoir through the pump house station thing. What's it called? The pump room. We put it on level 13. We meanwhile had the tomb again. We crossed the boat over. Now we need to get the pump room again. In other words, we need to have the pool so that we can get the pump room in the house. We need to get it to level 6 or level 0. And then we can go use the boat to go wherever we need to go on level 6 and level 0. We brought the boat across. We found when we opened the room 46. We found inside the room 46. We found a what's it called? A sanctum key to those Sigil doors. And just before we entered room 46, one of the last rooms in the grid that we drafted was the music room. And then in room 46 we found a message with those 8 different doors. So that is also something that we I totally forgot about that in the last 2 episodes, let's say. We are still looking for the other sanctum keys. We found one in the music room. And there was something like... It was something like, it's a major key if you draft it late or something. That is the music room. So it was the major key in the music room that day was a sanctum key. And we got it because we drafted that music room very late. Our grid was almost full and we drafted it in rank 9, I think. So it's like you need to draft the music room in the last 5 or last 10 rooms in your grid, and then you will be able to get the sanctum key there. So we got the music room, and that gave us the first door, and we had the solution from that sigil, because we knew we took a picture in the tomb of one of those things. Also in the secret garden you can find the solution for that one. And then we had some information about Fen Ares, and we sort of puzzled. No, we didn't puzzle. That one was just in a book somewhere, I think. So we had the solution for Orinda Ares, and we had the solution for Fen Ares. So those are the two that we solved. So we need to find the other keys. One of them is in a vault. One of them is somewhere high up in the clocks, which I'm assuming we can't go high up anywhere. So I'm assuming that's another room that we don't have yet. One is on the bottom of the reservoir. Sort of what we deducted from that. It's something about the bottom underground, and so yeah, that's why we need to get that reservoir to level 0. There is a sanctum key somewhere there. And then it was something about the throne. So that's definitely also a room we have not found yet. And then something about underground. That will probably be that level 6 from the reservoir, wherever that takes us. We got the one in the music room, and then the last key is found amongst the last door of 8, of which we suspect is in the Mechanarium. But then there are also a lot of things need to happen before the Mechanarium actually has 8 days. Mechanarium only has a room door for every... What is that thing even? Mechanarium is a found floor plan, isn't it? Yeah. Mechanarium has one door for each of the gear rooms in your house. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. This potentially has 8 doors. Obviously we're gonna come in from one side, so that's one door. And then that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means we need the Mechanarium itself is a gear door, so it's counting as well. So if you want to have all the 8 doors, you're gonna have one entry door. You will get one door because you draft the gear Mechanarium, so that's 2. And now we need to get all the other gear rooms. These over here. Utility, boiler room, laboratory, workshop, security, pump room. Now, of course, I duplicated in the Chamber of Mirrors. I think I duplicated the laboratory. So I actually have 2 laboratories in my pool. So if we can use the Chamber of Mirrors and get a few more of these gear rooms doubled, security or so wouldn't be nice, or workshop, then we have a higher chance of getting these gear rooms into the house. Okay, very long intro, I know, but there is a lot of stuff we need to do, in other words. Upgrade disk is another one. We read somewhere, was it on the computer or something, that there are 16 upgrade disks. I want to know how many we actually used so far. What we did get, meanwhile, is that the foundation has showed up. And in the last episode, we solved the gallery and room 8. So the first page is actually full. So let's see, what did we upgrade? We got the bedroom here, spare bedroom, that was normally just a spare room. So that's 1. We have a bedroom closet, which was normally a normal closet, so that's 2. The nook is upgraded to the breakfast nook, that's 3. Okay. Okay. The boudoir is upgraded with 2 rolling dice, so that's 4. Nursery is upgraded to an indoor nursery, that's 5. Hallway is upgraded. We have an extra key, that's 6. Courtyard is upgraded with 2 extra gems, so that's 7. Okay. So I think it's 7. Now let me see, do I have 7? We bought 1 upgrade disc in the commissary. We found 1 in the office. We found 1 in the trunk of the garage. We found 1 in when we went downstairs with the elevator in the foundation. We found 1 in the great hall. We found 1 in the morning room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we found 1 in the tomb, in the one with the candles there, the abandoned mine, that room there. That's 7. And the last time we dropped at the lady ship, which is 8. Did we not pick that one up? I know we called it a daily in the lady ship's chamber. Okay. So either we didn't buy the one in the commissary, or we didn't pick up the one in the lady ship. Or we lost one of them. That is possible, that we found one of them on a day where we didn't have a computer. I don't know what happens with those. Like when you find an upgrade disk, you pick it up, and then you have to call it a day without having access to a computer. What happens to those? One, 2, 3. Let's double check quickly. What did I say? 1. Spare bedroom. Bedroom closet, that's 2. Breakfast nook is 3. Nothing here. Nothing here. Boudoir is 4. Nursery is 5. The hallway is 6. The courtyard is 7. I only have 7. I have 7 upgraded rooms. We have 7 upgraded rooms. But I think I found 8 upgrade discs, so we lost one, I think. Okay. 14-minute introduction, but yeah, that's what usually happens. If we're in one of those weekend switches like we are now. One of our microships, we haven't found the other one yet. It's still here, although we have the grotto, but we are using them from time to time to trade on the trading post. The tomb. Let me think about this one. Do we need to be in the tomb? I don't think so. We have used the burning glass the last time. We lit up the candles. No, we didn't in the tomb, did we? I'm gonna do the tomb, I think. In case we make the burning glass again. Because we... Yeah, these are not lit up. We didn't do the tomb. We have 2 candles here which we can light. And I think there are more here. Somewhere. This also seems to be something that opens. Yeah, we have to have the tomb in the house to make it happen, right? Yeah, these 2 are also probably opening something there or whatever. So there are definitely 2 more here that we can do. That's 2. 2 more things we need to light. We did this one because we can enter from the other side. Yeah, we did this one. We can go underground to the blue flame elevator, but the blue flame elevator is not downstairs, and I don't think we can call it from downstairs. I might be wrong. Yeah, this is one of the Sigils solutions, and we know that the border was black, so... we also digged up here, found buried floor plan or whatever it says, in at number 10 here. It's very hard to read without magnifying glass, but you can. That was the lost and found map. We have dug that up as well. Sort of trying to catch up with what we did in our mind. Yeah, and we did bring the boat across. So the boat is on the reservoir level. Okay. In that case, we will open room 46. See, we are downstairs. Now, I'm not going to go all the way around. I'm just going to move that cart here for a second. Open the room and then pull the cart again. We have access from the other side as well. We have opened the outside wall. We have done all that stuff. But see, we are here. That's where we were lucky with the power hammer. We had access to this whole underground section before we even found the foundation. Because we just smashed the wall on the outside with the power hammer, and then we ended up over here. So we can open room 46. Doesn't mean we can go in, but we can at least open it. And then if we can get to the antechamber, then we can just walk in. So yeah, we opened this one, and this one is solved. I just showed you where the solution is. You take a screenshot of that and the core in the middle. We know it was black from the elevator because that core is in the elevator. I think it's also showing in the secret garden. We know also that it is Orinda Ares. We knew Orinda was black from also from one of the classrooms. So we knew what the border was. Although in the tomb down there, that circle is missing the border, but we knew it was black, and the border, the outside, stands for the colors. Once you know the color of the core, then you also know what the border is. So that is Orinda Ares. And then over here we have the pentagram, which is Fen Ares. Everything here is red. So here the border is red. This solution was just in the book Real Men Runes, which we partially found in the underground mine. There's gotta be a complete book somewhere. That's what we need to find to solve out the others. We don't have much information. Well, give or take. We know this is mountain. Mountain is Arch Aries and it is yellow. Stormy weathers. The only thing we don't know is the society. What are they doing there? Is industrial? Are they tribal? That kind of things. We have no idea. This is Eraja, which is violet. We know that. I don't think we have much more information about it. Do we? Probably somewhere. Where is all that stuff? Here. Eraja. Eraja is the hourglass, it's violet. Yeah, okay, yeah, we know that. We know it's in the south. Yeah, we sort of know where the realm is on a map, but the V shape, we don't know what it is. We just know it's orange. The only thing we know is the colors. This in the morning room we saw this figure on the wall and it was white with a green background. So is it green or white? We suspect, but we're not. We suspect it's white. We have no information about this thing at all. And here, this square, we also have nothing. We solved the black Aries. We solved the red Aries. We have some information about violet and yellow, not much. And the V shape we know is orange, that's the only thing. So there are like 3 of which we don't know the color and have nothing other information. So there needs to be more information, either in classrooms or in books, or we're obviously missing some of this shenanigans here. So yeah, that's also, so yeah, we have a lot to do. And then if we can get a workshop and make another burning glass, we can also lit these candles. That's why I choose. We have seen every outside room, so we can choose what we sort of want, what we need. That's why I went for the tomb today, in case we get a burning glass, which is a magnifying glass with the metal detector, I think, makes the burning glass, and then we can lit some candles. So we have 2 in the tombs, but then also inside the house, on the chapel. The tunnel on down below, we also lit some, not candles, but there we lit some torches. So yeah, it's usually these brown orange posts, sort of. Those are the ones you can lit. There's also a dig spot I just noticed. Other than that, cost us a few steps. I'm gonna do a few more steps. Otherwise I always have to pick up this thing. Blackbridge Gurdrow. The room sort of came with one of the microships, and the other one we dug up, so let's put it in here, that we don't have to pick it up on the bridge every time. We need one more, and then more than likely that bridge will open. So yeah, we need some materials. That I think it's actually the most important today. We might run a short day. Just look for items and a workshop. We can get a workshop in the house. We put it in, even if it's the first room of the house here. Okay, we'll go for Den then. Gives us a gem. We'll do breakfast nook. That gives us the bacon, which is 10 extra steps. Adds the morning room to the house, and also is a key. Let's do commissary. See, we have enough gems at the moment. See what they are selling here today. Magnifying glass. Let's buy that one. If we find a metal detector in a courtyard or something, or in the attic, we can make it potentially. Sledgehammer. Sure. Sleeping mask or running shoes. Nah. No, that's not worth it. That is not worth it. Something that goes left would be nice. The chapel for 1 coin. Okay, that's actually not bad. Because here we also have, as you can see, some of these candles. And it's also a bishop room. The nook is a rook room. The chapel is a bishop. The den is a pawn room. So if we can find a king or a queen. The king we don't have much choice, that's the office. The queen we have meanwhile have 2 in our floor plans, being the ladies' chamber and the study. So we get both of our queen rooms. And then a knight should not be a problem, seeing you usually get observatory or security, which are knight rooms. Then we might be able to do the chess puzzle. Let's see, let's go back down, I guess. Drawing room is not a bad idea here. We can go left and right. Costs us a gem, but we get the gem back. And we can drop from this room. That might not be a bad idea. We get the gem back because we have cracked the save over here. One of those things, you know. The chandelier is broken on the picture here. How many times you dropped at rooms in one of those playthroughs? The first time, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 times? You might drop that room before your eye catches that this thing is broken, and then you realize, oh, maybe I can interact with that chandelier to open that save there. Well, not to open it, to make it visible. Let's see, something else shape here. Let's redraw. Okay, bedroom then. We can redraw from this room. I don't immediately see. Oh, it doesn't matter. We can check it out. Nothing here, nothing there, nothing there. Then there is nothing in the room. But it also doesn't cost you anything, this room, because you gain 2 steps by entering it. So you come in, you go out, you lose 2 steps, but you gain 2 by entering the room. So it's basically a 0 net room. Anything straight or left would do. Yeah, left is fine, huh? Straight to the foundation. We have access from the entrance hall here. Get some fruit. Get some coins. And we go back. We go back. We can't avoid it. We have to give the chapel a coin again. Now, we could potentially go for a dead end here. Something that goes right, or if not, we put a dead end in. Lost and found. I'm gonna drop it. What is that? The problem with this room is this. You gotta find 2 rare items in it, but whenever you enter this room, you will lose 1 random inventory item. I don't want to use my sledgehammer or my magnifying glass. So I think we look for some more items and then hope that it doesn't take any of those. But of course it's probably going to take the best thing. We'll see. We'll see what we'll do with it. That's not great though. I'm gonna have to go for parlor, try to get the gems, I guess. Nothing on the tables. Nope. Nope. Except for our wind-up key, of course. Also something you can potentially trade in the trading post. A wind-up key. You don't need to open these boxes, you can trade it. The gems are in the false box. That could be true, but it could also be a lie. The gems are in the false box. They are both saying the same thing. Only one of the other two boxes is false. That's definitely not true. Because they're either both false or they're... The gems are in the false box. The gems are in the false box, yeah. So this one is lying and the other ones are true. And the gems are in here. Okay. The laboratory. Not great, eh? We had a good run going and suddenly we're down to the pantry and the bedroom because we don't have the key. You could potentially call the elevator in the foundation underground, but then you need a key card to do so. I guess we'll do laboratory. See, we have two in the house. That is also a gear room. We can run an experiment. I don't know what, but what's this? Doesn't matter. Because it's a red note. Okay, let's see what we can do. We can do something immediately, or we can do something whenever we drop an archive floor plan. I have no intention of getting the archive. Not that I need that at this moment. The next 3 times you open a locked trunk. We haven't run into a locked trunk yet today, so it's gonna be an immediately, I think. Immediately add 3 aquariums to today's drop pool. Do we need that for anything? That could be good if you have a sleeping mask, for instance, that you would give you, seeing that the aquarium is also a bedroom. The aquarium is every color, so if you do experiments with shops or bedrooms or something like that, it counts for every color. Add a small chest to the entrance hall. Set your dice. Yeah, if you do something like the next 3 times you open a locked trunk, add a small chest to the entrance hall. Then you can basically, if you find a locked trunk somewhere, you open it, you go to the entrance hall, you open it, you will get another one in the entrance hall, you open it, you can get another one. You can just stay in the entrance hall. Experiment successful, it will always add another entrance, at least the first 3 times. So I think what that means is that you can open 1 locked trunk in somewhere in, let's say, in a courtyard. Then you go to the entrance hall and you can just open the other 2 there. I don't know. I think I'm going to immediately set my dice to 2 so that we have 2 rolling dice. That is immediately start the experiment and make it immediately successful. There we go. Experiment successful. We have 2 rolling dice. We can 2 times reroll when we need it. I want to know what is in there though. I think there is also an allowance box there. Of course we're going to lose the sledgehammer or the magnifying glass, but for the sake of it, we have lost the magnifying glass. Okay. The gear wrench. Each time you dropped a mechanical floor plan, you may permanently adjust its rarity. That's cool. We want to get those to common, I guess, because we need them for the mechanarium. So that they show up more often. They might not all be uncommon. Okay. Okay. We found an upgrade disc in the lost and found room. Okay. Which is great, because we have the laboratory there, which has a computer. Okay. We have to take a screenshot of that, because this is obviously part of one of the sigils. The only problem with this thing is we have no idea what the core is. We can see the line, so we know the weather. We can see the border. Oh, we can see the border. We can see the border, then we do know what color it is. We have somewhere, we have all the 8 borders colors, what they do. So we can deduct the color from this one. Now we know what kind of lines we need. We know what kind of modes we need. So we know the rays and the modes. We know the border. Once we know the color of the border, we might be able to find the core in the middle as well. So this is, yeah, okay. Yeah, definitely take a screenshot of things like that. I use the snipping tool. Windows key Shift S can immediately take screenshots as big as you want. The lost and found is also a pound room. Okay, and every time you go through this room, you're gonna lose something. So we're obviously not going to come back in, because then we're going to lose the gear wrench or something. So we will go back around next time. And we need to figure out this thing here. Gray doesn't do anything. Pink rotates, I think. Okay, so we need to lock pink. Why do we need to lock pink? Oh my god. Okay. These Mora Joy boxes on the corner, they have that sigil. I never realized that. We've opened already a few of these Mora Joy boxes. So pink is this square with a circle thing there. Well, yeah, then we still don't know. Oh yeah, we do, yeah. Well, we don't know much about it, but we know I need to draw this shape here on my paper here. So this is pink. So that could mean that this is pink actually. I just realized that the outside here, the 4 corners, they actually have that. That makes sense why the last time it was that mountain shape and we had to lock yellow, and this time we need to lock pink. Holy moly. I don't know how many of these boxes we opened. It probably would have given us all the colors if we paid attention. We locked red at some point, we locked black. We locked yellow. I don't know. Anyway. So what does pink do? Pink rotates, I think. Yeah, so we can just rotate. But now we're gonna, how are we gonna get this one here? We need to rotate in the middle. So we need to rotate one of these sides. that good enough? No. We need one more rotation. One more rotation. Or did we mess it up already? I think we messed it up already. We need to rotate it in such a way that we have 4 gray squares in the corner and then click on the middle one. Because now we can only lock 3. We can never get that 4th one here anymore. Can we? Maybe. This is a gap. This is a gap. That's fine. Now we need another gap. This is... No, we need this gap here. This needs to be a gap. How we do that? Okay, yeah, this is fine. Now we need a gap. Oh, this is fine. This is fine. If I now click the middle one, it should be fine. Yes. Okay. So pink rotates. That's another thing you need to write down. Because these boxes, sometimes they combine colors. The other one we were fighting, one of the other episodes, we were fighting with the red one. Because the white, if you click red, the blacks become red and the whites become black. Something like that it was. The yellows, they only go up. The greens, they switch from one corner to another, diagonally or vertically, but it basically skips the middle row. Okay, so upgrade disk. So yeah, I think this is number, I've written it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 8th room that we are upgrading, but we had 9. We had 9 upgrade discs, so we lost one somewhere. Well, we got the aquarium. Okay. The goldfish aquarium gives you 10 coins. That doesn't seem interesting, because we keep increasing our allowance with these Mora J boxes. I'm not interested in that. What is this? +1 star. The starfish aquarium. So then it sort of works like an observatory. Well, you can't peek through the telescope, but it will give you 1 more star when you enter it. No. Electric eel aquarium, which is a power source and will also make it a gear room. Which means we have an extra gear room and a power source, which means we don't need a boiler room. That seems to be the most interesting one to me. Yes. Okay. If we now see an aquarium, it will be an eel aquarium. Yeah. Okay, now go through there, not through that lost and found anymore, obviously. Does that thing also give us a higher chance? No, it doesn't say. It doesn't say if it gives us a higher chance of actually getting gear rooms. A workshop would be perfect here, straight into the foundation, and that would be a gear room. that lucky. Or we go zigzag a bit. Will give us an extra key here though, this hallway. Yeah, because our foundation, once you drop the foundation it stays in the house, and our foundation is pointing north and westwards. So we always have to go around it from the east, because that's what we don't have access to. So I think hallway is here actually a better choice. Which is an upgraded hallway. We have a key here somewhere on the table. Let's see what we can get to the east. Security is another gear room. Let's put that thing on common. Okay. So this is basically a conservatory on the move in a way. Okay, we solved all that. What are we gonna do with this? We're gonna see if we can find some power here, and then we might change it. Another laboratory, which gives us access to the lab, because we have duplicated laboratories, which would be another gear room. That's 1, 2, 3, if we put this one in, sure. And also make that common. From now on the laboratory is common, so we have... They're L shaped, they're not super, but it's better than a dead end. So we can at least always have a way out. So we have security, laboratory, that's 2 of the 6 that we have already put on a better shape. We can obviously... Oh. Okay, that makes things suddenly more interesting. Way more interesting. I do believe you cannot run 2 experiments. I've tested that the other day, I think. Because I thought, could I run 2 experiments now that I have 2 laboratories in the house? But no. We want to go right, actually. Morning room, perfect. Usually find an item in here. There it is, the lucky rabbit's foot. Okay. Yeah, like here. That is sort of that half moon or half circle thing, and it is white. So I think that one of those sigils downstairs, we still have that half moon, and then we had the diamond. But I don't know if it's because the wall is green, the thing itself, the circle itself is white. So I think it's either white or green. It is a green room, but it's a white circle, so... But I don't know. Now what I would like to see here is a workshop. Straight through, that would also be a gear room. Because we got 3 gear rooms in a row here, right? Or 2. So the gear rooms, I think, gives you a higher chance of getting these gear rooms as well, though. The pool. I think I need to do the pool. Master bedroom is also interesting. Plus 1 step for each room in your house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That would give us 15 steps. But the pool room adds the pump room, and the pump room is also a gear room. I think we have to go for a pool here. Don't know what the situation with the pool is. There's still water in it, I think. Yeah, sorta. We left some water in it because we needed to do that to get that thing completely full. And now a utility box in the ground here would be nice. Servant's quarter, plus 1 key for each bedroom in your house. We have 1. 2 if this one counts itself. I don't know. I think I'm gonna redraw here. I would like to have utility here. That's a gear room that we can adjust, and then we can also cut the power, and with security together we can take out the whole security system door thing. Let's give it a go. Indoor nursery, whenever you drop the another green room. I don't know about that. I'm just gonna use it. I'm just gonna use the draw thing. The office. Okay. That's also an interesting room, of course. Pawn, rook, bishop, knight, king. If we can get ladies' chambers or study, we have the house full of chess pieces. I'm gonna have to do that while we have the gems for it. The office is also one of those rooms that I would like to axe if possible. We axed a few rooms already. The rotunda, which is normally 3 gems, we have axed it. With the axe from the armory you can axe a floor plan and then permanently make it available for no cost in this case. And we did the same with one of the green rooms. Right, the cloister. We also axed the cloister, which is also a 3 gem cost normally. And then we also did the attic, I think, or wanted to do the attic at least. Yeah, we did it already. So those were 3 rooms which costed 3 gems, and we could we dropped at the armory. We 3 times had the axe. We used it on these floor plans, and so they are now permanently available for no money. I would like to get I can see the rolling dice there. I'll take those if you don't mind. That's because we have the lucky rabbit's foot, I think, because normally there is not that much about. We don't have the maid chamber or the servant's quarter in the house, so there's no point in running the payroll. That's where the check will go. And we don't have the conference room in the house, so there's also not much point in spreading the gold yet. We do have the sledgehammer and the power battery pack. If we can find a broken lever and a workshop, we could potentially make the power hammer, which means we can smash some more doors. That's also an option. We lost our magnifying glass, of course, to the lost and found room. So the chances we're gonna get a burning glass today are definitely reduced. And I couldn't get the power, unfortunately. That's pretty early, mate. We're in rank 4. It's already locking my doors. Also, how do we have so many? Oh yeah, it's because of that. Yeah, don't call it a day in the ladies' chamber. We lost 10 steps today on the start of the day because of it. If you call it a day in the ladies' chamber, you lose 10 steps the next day. That's something we learned. Yeah, this is a free 10 steps. We probably have to do that. Kitchen, we can buy food, but we don't have any food, or try to get our magnifying glass back. That's another bad option, I think. Let's see what's in here. Maybe get our key back at least. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, and another key. Okay. 2 gems, 2 keys. Could be worse. Still don't have power in the house though. Of course, it's not gonna let me turn to the right to the foundation. I would rather get an L shape here and then drop the bedroom closet joined to the bedroom. That would give us 4 items. So I'm gonna redraw. We need an exit to the right, which of course is not gonna give me. You can see this coming from miles away. You gotta be kidding me. And also no utility for that matter. Yeah, and I don't have a key card. Okay. We got the shield. That's 8 coins. We got the Morning Star. That's also 8 coins. And we don't have the axe today, we have whatever this is. The self-igniting torch. That's the first time we see that, but I think we're gonna buy that. It can light candles and ignite fuses. Hell yeah. Okay. We also slightly have a little bit of a steps problem though. We're gonna have to go for corridors. We have to go for corridor to stay alive. Expect this thing to be closed. No, not yet. Yeah, of course. Ah, West Wing Hall, please. Where is my dining room, by the way? Dining room would save us a few steps because we have the lunchbox in there. Dining room here would be perfect, thank you. Okay. Kitchen with 1 coin. You don't want to get me to the foundation, I get it. We get it, game. We have understood it. The kitchen will give me an exit north. I don't have anything to buy it, but another West Wing Hall, right. We also duplicated that. We have laboratory and West Wing duplicated in our floor plans because of the mirror room one day. Okay, we have to drop that. I have to drop that. But I'm gonna drop from the kitchen though. I want to try to get an exit to the right. Well, that's an exit to the right, but we don't have the key card, do we? We'll do the guest bedroom. It might have the key card. And it gives us 10 steps, of course. The compass, north to the north. Not sure how that's gonna help us here at the moment. We only have foundation. If we don't find the key card, I can't get there. At least we got some steps. Spare bedroom, how is that gonna help us? It's gonna lock. Locker room is gonna spread keys. No, I want boudoir. Boudoir is gonna give us a gem and 2 rolling dice. Which means we have 4 rerolls. Oh no, we spent the other 2. No, okay, never mind. Okay. Can I now get another gear room? Workshop here would be perfect. Pump room. What's the other one? Boiler room. I don't want utility here, of course, because then we're dead. Yeah. Our last key. Bye bye. Okay, boiler room or pump room. I guess we'll go for boiler room for more exits. And we obviously gonna make that T-shape way more common. We have no more keys, of course. Fortunately. We have solved this whole whatchamadoodle here. Would it help us to give power to that door? Maybe. Let's activate it. We have powered that door. Okay. In what way is that gonna help us? I don't know. Do we want or don't we want it power? Is it open? Let's start with that. It is open. I think we want passageway. Passageway is 4 powered exits. It's the only one which is powered, by the way. Mirrors is not powered, showroom is also not powered. That gives us 1, 2, 3 chances. Yeah, I don't need a doubt about that this year. We'll check these first because the power is on. Now give me workshop. Straight into the foundation. Yeah. How about locked? Huh? Everything gonna be locked? It's very possible. Dining room. Let's get our lunchbox. That's at least 10 steps. If now one of these 3 doors to the north opens, then we can have lunch as well, and then we're saved. Of course. Yeah. I see this coming. Okay. Well, at least it's not a keycard door. We have not run into a keycard door yet, although we did not change anything on the system today. Alright, that's looking good. Okay, so we have that door. No, we don't. We tested that already, didn't we? No, apparently we didn't. The weight room is gonna cost us half our steps. Let's redraw. Pump room. We have to. Because that is our 5th gear room that we have now put on a very low chance. We have laboratory, common. Security, common. Where's the other one? Boiler room, common. Pump room, common. That's 4. What were the other 2? Utility and... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 in the house, but 2 of them are laboratories. Right, we have workshop and utility, are the other 2. Oh, and we have this powered. Oh, that is perfect. That is so perfect. So we need to get some water into this thing here, and now we can do whatever we want with these reservoirs. But which is connected to this? Tank 1 drain, tank 1 fill. Okay, we can get water from there. There's only 1 level in it. So we can empty the pool. Okay. So we empty the pool. No, not in, out. Out into this tank, okay. Pool. Okay. And now we can activate this thing or what? Or how does this work? Tank 1 drain. It will just drain that tank and put it in here. And now we got rid of that water. There we go. Can you put one more in if we want to? And now we can completely empty that pool. Okay, and now we need to get reservoir. What do we have left here? One level? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What is that? Kitchen. Okay, we want water out of this tank straight into the kitchen. That doesn't work. Still doesn't work. Oh, kitchen is 4. Okay. And now I need to get 2 4s. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 7. I need to get 7 out of there. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we need 1 more in this thing here. Thank you very much. Now that works. Reserve tank is full. That's fine. We don't need that water anymore. We have 1, 2, 3. This is on level 6, which means we have access to whatever it is. I don't know why we need level 6, but we need a level 6 for something. We found a glass window with the levels 0, 6 and 13. So that will take us somewhere, and that on that somewhere is also an upgrade disc, I think. 23 steps. Oh, but we can have dinner. So our pool is empty now, although our pool is very low in the house, but I don't know how many dead ends we have, but we of course have 5 coins for every dead end in the house, in the tomb as well. I don't think we have that many dead ends though. As a matter of fact, we have the walk-in closet, that's 1. Guest bedroom is 2. It's only 2. It's only 2 at the moment. Okay. Nice. Which leaves us to have dinner. Because we reached rank 8, we can have dinner. We don't have the showroom, I also don't have gems for the showroom, just have dinner. We might need the steps, because there are a few things we can do. It's 41 steps. Okay, I have a problem with keys though. Dining room is locked. We don't have a key card to get to the foundation. Passageway is locked. Boiler room, pump room is locked. I don't know, did we test boiler room? If not, we are dead. Well, we're not dead, but I might change the power. If we can get weight room, I might risk it now that we had dinner. So I need power change. Power needs to change to the middle. To that door. No. It's a rank 8 room, probably will be locked. I have no keys. Of course. Okay. But it's fine though. 1, 2, 3, 4. At least 4 of the 6 gear rooms we have managed to put on common, so they will show up way more often. And especially for security and boiler room, that's not that bad, because those are T-shapes, which also have you more access. Now, how can we get this out of the problem here? We don't have garage, so we actually have to go through the whole house. We still have no coins to buy any food in the kitchen. There will be a few down below, which gives us we potentially could come back in the kitchen to buy some stuff. Yeah, this walk-in closet, that was the pain of our existence. We re-rolled 2 times there, it did not want to give us an L shape. That locked our whole east wing here. At some point we got the locksmith, but we couldn't take it because we had no money. So I need to get straight down, I think. To the chapel to lose our last coin. Don't have a workshop. Okay, yeah, we need to be a bit careful what we do. We definitely need to get just boiler room and just go down all the way to the bedroom. The bedroom will already save us. Will not cost us 2 steps. The next room will not cost us 2 steps. We'll get them back anyway. There we go. Chapel. Okay. We have this torch thing here. Okay, that works the same as a burning glass, in other words. We can light things. Okay. The Keeper of Tides. The chapel's resident guardian tasks with the sacred duty of keeping the coins accumulated from the chapel's offering. Break the keeper, not yet. The Keeper of Tides can only be broken once. Are you sure you want to break him now? No. Okay, so we can break it whenever we want. Every time we walk into the chapel, we throw a coin. We lose a coin here. So the coins are in there, I'm assuming. Which means if you break that thing, we are day 17. Now, most of those days we drew the chapel. Or you get 1 or 2 coins for the days that you played. So I think if you want to get like, let's say 100 coins or something, I think you'd better wait till you're like on day 50 or so to break it. That would be my guess. I'm not gonna break it open on day 17. That seems to be a bad idea because you can only break it once, it says. So that will be forever, right? Okay. Commissary. We don't have any coins. We still don't have the conference room. It's not great. It's not great. We can spread coins in the office, but then we have to go around and around. Holy moly, I can't even get to the pool. Can't even get to the pool. I have to go to the pantry, hallway, security, laboratory number 1, morning room, pool. Because we have, these are dead ends. Because we emptied the pool, there are probably some coins on the ground. Okay, I don't think there's much we can do except for go outside to the tomb and see what that is all about. Because there are more things that we can lit. Candles. Then we might have to think about the other rooms. Not 100% as we planned it, because we planned to craft in the workshop a burning glass. So we bought a magnifying glass in the commissary and then tried to look for a metal detector to make a burning glass. Then we went in the lost and found and actually lost it, magnifying glass. And then we got the armory where we can buy the torch, which also light things. So, okay, let's see what you do. Oh, that's wonderful. You have anything with keys? So we can actually open those doors in our house? That would be nice. Another upgrade disc. Okay, that's another upgrade disc in the tube. Oh, that should not be a problem. We have enough steps to get to a computer. Yeah, we already have a laboratory here. 1, 2, 3 into the house. Another security there, another laboratory. We have an office, we have computers enough. That's not a problem. That's a dirt pack. What we don't have is shovel, Dave. Okay, so what is this? Just some rolling dice, I guess. Now that it's open, it will give you every time rolling dice. Yeah, the white. It's only the brown ones, I think. These are already lit up. This is also something that seems to open, doesn't it? This piece on the wall here, sorta. It seems to be something like that moves to the right or the left or something. I can't light these candles here though. We might come back to that. There were some other candles. Maybe, yeah, like that thing there. Can we light that one? No. Let's keep following the wall. Here everything seems, yeah, like there that is sort of, it's sticking out a bit forward. And here's some candles missing or something. We don't know what that does, but these were the other sets that we could. It opens a new room. Music starts playing. Another dig pot we can dig. Cannot light these candles. Who's this? That's Lady Clara Aspen, our grandmother, in other words. Lady Aspen's diary key. Right, the hourglass shape, which is violet, which we already knew. Our grandmother is from Eragia. Is that what that means? Which would make sense because there is something on the family tree which is not, which did not make sense, right? Let's see if I can find it quickly. Screenshots. Yeah, here, right? Here we have Clara Lady Aspen, our grandmother. And she is connected to this guy, which is Lionel Aspen, so that's her brother. But then you have like, the tree goes to the right, to Lady Ashlyn, which is her mother. But the tree doesn't really go to Lord William Aspen, which is her father, or supposedly father. It goes to the right here, and there are people off this piece of paper. So to me it looks like that our grandmother was the daughter of Lady Aspen, Lady Ashlyn, and some other dude. And then later she married Lord William Aspen or something. So she was not, because the Sinclair family is from originally from the Black Realm, the Orinde Ares, which is now Fen Ares after the war. And that's why her ladyship is, her chamber is in violet. And while also the nursery, which was our mother's room, I think, is also in violet. So our mother is probably also, that's where she is. We know she disappeared. Short after the heist. So she probably fled to Aradia. So she's probably in the Violet realm. Which all makes sense if you look at this tree. So there is, I don't know who her father is. We have no idea. But it's not this guy. There is something else going on here. Which makes all a bit more sense. Why that diary key has the hourglass symbol in it, and why it is violet, because it's a region. Now of course we know that it opens her diary, which is in her room, which you can only draft in the west wing if you come from the north to the south. We also don't have a code check in the house, so I cannot keep it. So it's not super though. But I'm assuming, seeing we opened this door, that it will stay open, this room, forever. That's how it usually goes. Here's another one of these things. I like this thing. What is this? Power hammer? Can we break this with the power hammer? Could be. Could be. Yeah, the white ones do not lit up. It's only those brown candles. Yeah, we got some coins here for our dead ends in the house. Apparently we have 2 dead ends. Yeah. Guest bedroom and walk-in closet, that's it. And the tomb is no longer a dead end because we opened it. Yeah, these we lit up with the burning glass the last time. So yeah, these you can also light. Yeah, you can also light those. But that's what it did. It opened the stairs here to the mining, basically to the chessboard, which is also something. Although we had all the rooms pretty quickly in the house, we never got to study upward. I kept an eye on it, but. All right, we can take the boat. Oh, but not from this side, because we put the boat on level 6. Oh, great! How many steps do we have? We have 10 coins, 27 steps. Yeah, we only need 3 steps to get to a computer. We also lit up the tunnel. No. Where's the way out of here? There somewhere. Diagonally to the left if you come from the... Yeah, that's gonna stay open forever. There were like 4 rolling dice and an upgrade disc. So yeah, next time it will just be dice, I guess. You upgrade disc, you only get one. Okay. "24 steps. 23 steps. Yeah, we need to keep an eye on our steps though. Because we're gonna lose a bunch here as well, and we don't have running shoes. That's another one. This is gonna be another one probably. Yep. Solved all this lot. Yeah, we can open this door, but it doesn't matter. We can get with the elevator to the foundation and then potentially go to the top and see if that door opens. But I can't call the elevator. The elevator is also not here. Oh, need a key card. We need a key card. Okay, boat. What's going on with you? You can take the boat to there. Whatever there is. Okay, so level 13 to bring the boat across. Level 6. Is gonna take us to... who knows? To wherever we're rowing. We can probably skip that though. Yeah, to the hole. Oh no, you can't skip it. The other time when we crossed from one side of the reservoir to the other one, we could skip it, but no, can't skip it. Okay, what is that gonna do? Gonna take us to here, wherever here is. Okay, okay. New area again. Still called reservoir over here. The safe house. Is this where his mother was hiding? Oh yeah. They were involved in the heist, alright. Holy moly. It's one of those places that we would have a magnifying glass, which we lost in the Lost and Found house. Delete it. Yeah, this is the same thing that we found in the attic. This gives you the second password. If you look at these screens in security, those 11 screens, the 8 small ones and the 2 biggest below it, then you get, I don't know exactly, the first one was a spare room. So then you get like S, W, that was walk-in closet, I think. A was the archives, and then here we had the Nook. So that was Swan, and then you made Song, and then you made Hallway Security Showroom, HSS, which is the second password for the computer. And that showed you some footage. You can find all the cutscenes from the Rumpus Room, if you want to see them again. Also the intro from the game and from the parlor, the first time you walked into security, that kind of thing. Those cutscenes, you can rewatch them there. And then it also showed your mother and your great uncle in the library. One of the cutscenes, not sure what that is about. That's a puzzle, not sure what's behind that. We saw our granddad, or grand uncle, I should say, walking with a vase in the entrance hall, so we think that the vases are breakable. Assuming that that's where probably the last microchip will be. And what was the other one? Oh yeah, and then was your mother showing you some map of something from the route that she took or fled away or whatever. Also there, not sure what that is all about. Okay, this is our mother with Caleb Manning and Philip White. I think. Her mother is a writer, Caleb White Manning is also a writer, and Philip White is their publisher. And we suspect the three of them to be the children of the Blackwater who actually did the heist on the museum in Trindale. This is the wall in on the chessboard, which we also kind of figured it is breakable, but we have only had one time the chance to get a power hammer, and the only thing we did with that was break the wall to get to this underground section, like we just walked through the wall there. Ever since then, we never have found the items to make the power hammer again, because there are more rooms we want to break. The chessboard, the weight room, the greenhouse, the secret garden, they all have sort of breakable things. And then earlier we saw that little window thing there in the tomb that also looked like it was breakable. I don't know. It's something we definitely want to try out whenever we have the power hammer. But then you need to get the tomb and the power hammer on the same day, so you get the idea. But I'm also looking for... there it is. Another sanctum key, which is the one in the safe house. I don't know what the text was about that, but we knew it was on level 6 here of the reservoir that we would find one. There's also one on the bottom of the reservoir, but can't do everything at the same time, obviously. It has now been 6 months. 6 months of living in this cavern of boredom, and so yeah, they were sort of hiding over here. 6 months of planning, 6 months of rehearsal, 6 months of heartache, but no regrets. Everyone who knows me intimately thinks I have left the country infinitely. They need to write, for being a writer, they need to write a bit a bit more clear. Everyone else assumes I'm dead. And maybe that's all is left for us. The long walk contemplating in the gallows. A steep price to pay for a deal. Some cheaper and less cruel than another 2 fortnights bunkered down here beneath a sand and soot. And yet as I write this, I have never felt as close to slay in my dreams. My goodness. Tomorrow we will reclaim our birthright. So something is happening tomorrow. Yeah, the heist probably. Tomorrow the crown of Orinda will finally return to Oris. Orinda is black. Yeah, they're going by the black ones. Our great uncle was the Black Realm, which is called Orinda Aris. But then the Reds took over, and it's sort of, they're dictating the things here, and everything needs to be red now after the war. The first step taken is half the journey. May the black shores guide us. Yeah, the black are in the Aries. So Mary wants to sort of follow the black steps as well. That's why she fled away from. She's probably, yeah, everything points to Violet, so she's probably disappeared to Eraja. We seek what's in the shade of truth. We seek what's in the shade of truth. We have a self-igniting torch with us, so we can't light it up or something. Because there are some arrows drawn here. Is this one of these small step things or something? I don't know. There's probably some puzzle behind. Getaway 136. White, Fado, Marigold, and Manning is on the bottom here. Manning a 110, 105 is Marigold, White, and Fado. Yeah, Fado, who is that? Daniel Fado or something? Is that our dad? Yeah, that could be. No, well, yeah, but with a fake name or something. Right? Marigold, our mother is Mary, right? Marigold is her penning name. White is Philip White, though, so he uses his real name. Manning uses his real name. We read something in, I think it was in the closed exhibit. There was a message from, I think it was Daniel Fado, but our dad is also called Daniel. Although he's called Jones, of course, but seeing we are Simon Jones. So yeah, this is sort of confirmation of what we already knew. Forced entry at 124. So they the escape route through their getaway car 136. So from 105 they come in, 110 Manning comes in. They do they enter this place here, and this is the inside. They go through the roof or whatever. And in the middle of the place there on the left, inside this building, is the closed exhibit, which is one of our floor plans, and that's why they were practicing there. They're practicing to, which is something you can do as well if we can get to the back of that room. If you're fast enough. You have 10 seconds, I think, to steal the crown. We tried it the other day, but it didn't work out. Our rooms were not... We needed too many steps to get more than 10 seconds. So yeah, this is basically a confirmation which we already figured out with the archive article and things like that, that our mother is in... They stole it. That's why they disappeared. Detective Von Margler is behind them, chasing them, trying to figure it out, but he can't because the people in the house here are putting him on the wrong direction. Platform 8, so yeah. Will there ever be a train coming? Kinda suggest we can power this place though. You are here. The Orinda Aries train metro. This is from back in the day, from the Black Realm. 4, 5, 6, 1, 110, 3. I see. I see. Right. This is what our mother was showing us. So we're gonna have to make a note of that somewhere. We are starting at 8. "13 is dead end. How does this go? My goodness, that is a mess. The numbers are not even in order. Major stops, major. Minor stops is also possible. We are in 8, that's for sure. Which is the Royal Station. Okay. And then we go to 7, which is Angel Tower. Okay, and then we go to 3, which is Aries Crossing. And then we go to 10, which is Tanner Fork. Then we go to 1, which is the Oris Train Hall. And then we go to 13, which is a dead end. Okay, we've written it down. I will show you why I say that route 8, 7, 3, 10, 1, 13. I will show that in a second when we are back in the house. For those who did not see that episode, why I'm going with that, because that's the thing that our mother showed us. That is the route that they took. 8, 7, 3, 10, 1, 13. I don't know if the names mean anything, but we might need to order at some point. Probably for some other puzzle. Because why would you... Yeah, that's how they got here, right? And why do they drive all the way around? Why don't they just go 8, 9, 10, 1? What's the problem with 9? 9 is the main way station. Okay. And what is that other route? 14, 15, 16. That's Trinsdale Canyon Pass borderline. And then you have the one there, that's 2. What is that doing? That's a service or something. East Depot. That goes to a depot. Okay. And what is this thing doing here? 12, 11, 4. That's Orindia Station to the West Depot, and the Ruffington is 4. Okay. And then if they would not stop at the dead end, they would go 6, 5, which is from the lumber field to Finn Central. Not sure what's going on here. So they escaped through 8, 7, 3, 10, 1, 13, and then they were on a dead end. And then they went on foot, I guess. So what is that what we have to conclude? Because they didn't take the route to the left there, they just went to 13, which is the middle of the map, goes to nowhere. And they used some sort of service line on the top there. Because you could go from 8, 9, 10 directly to 1 without a problem. But they didn't do that. They used some outside service line going over 7 and 3. What is 7 and 3? Angel Tower and Ares Crossing. So yeah, it's like some old stations or something. The light green are the more modern lines, I think. Yeah, the one on the side there just goes to the East Depot. 11 is also a depot. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. 873 10 113. Let's just keep that in our notes. What of course also can do is adjust a simple screenshot of it. Might be a better idea. In case we ever need it. Again. Now we can even zoom in. Okay. So we need to get to a computer. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 steps to security. But going back, I think we can skip, right? Oh, we are back already. Oh right, we have to go there as well because we have a sanctum key. Oh boy, oh boy. We might be short on steps here again. Luckily we moved the cart. Yeah, we can't solve it here, I don't think so. Unless we go by the... Ooh. Because we can open whatever door we want with these sanctum keys. Yeah, we had black, we found in the tomb. And then the color in the blue flame elevator. Red was in one of the books, the solution. We know this is Arch Ares, we know it is yellow, but that's the only information we have. We can't solve it. We know this is a Raja, we know this is violet. We are missing information about it. We cannot solve this one. We know this is orange, that's all we know about it. We assume this is white. Because of the morning room. Half circle thing. No idea what color the diamond is. And then we have this thing. Which we now know that is pink because we just solved that Mora J box earlier and this symbol was on it and it was pink. So we know what the border is. And then inside the lost and found room where that box was, we found the other thing we took a screenshot of. Yeah, I think I'm gonna open this one. Even if we can't solve it, that doesn't matter. The door will remain open for the rest. So we think this is pink. Which of course I need to get my screenshots. The The ones we took earlier in this episode. This one. But is this one pink? Oh my god, where is that? This one is pink. This symbol is pink for the border. Okay. We do have a white. Okay, give me a second. Colors, please, colors. Okay, we know black is Orinda Aries, that one is solved. We know red is Fen Aries, that one is solved. Violet is Eraja, but we don't have all the information. Green, we have no idea. Yes, we do. Green is Nuance. Green is Nuance, and they are using blimps. We know that from a green stamp with a blimp, an air balloon on top of it. So they have air transportation over there, which can give us the modes. It's the society. Yellow is Arch Aries. That's about all that we know about it. It's stormy weather over there. And orange, we know is the V shape, but we don't know what it is. White, we have no idea. We only go by if that symbol in the morning room, that half circle, that is white, then that could be white. That would mean that we only have green left. For the last one there, which was, what was it, a diamond. Okay. Okay. But we don't have the rest of that. This page was, this is the only thing we know. These are the 8 different borders. It was the only page which was also complete, because the rest was not complete. This was the solution in that same book that we found in downstairs on the blue flame mine elevator thing there. You find a book, but it's missing pages, and there are pages ripped out and things like that. But this was, as an example in there, this is the complete solution for the red one. And then in the tomb we found the complete solutions for the black one. So we're gonna have to do some puzzle. Yeah, this one is in the tomb. So this is the solution of the black. So we know there were 3 rays and 5 modes. That is our problem here. Now with pink we have no idea. It could be 4-4, 3-5, 2-6, or 8-8 probably, or 8-4, or I don't know. Could be 8-8. We have no idea. And we also have no idea how to determine those lines, or why is it 3, why is it 5 in some of them. Like what I mean by that is, like here we had 8 symbols and 4 lines, 4 rays and 8 modes. And here we have 3 rays and 5 modes. But why that is like this, I don't know. We need to find that book somewhere, complete, not with the broken pages missing. This has nothing to do with it. So which one is the have we just found here now? The 6th one. The 6th in a station left by one of your own. Yeah, by our mother. That's the one we just found. So that is the one here down in this safe house. So we found the first one in the furthest rank. That's room 46. The second one's locked tight in the vault. That's gonna be in the vault somewhere. One of these locked. We need to find a key, and then one of them will have a sanctum key. The third one is high up among all the clocks. That's gotta be in some room that we have not seen yet. The fourth one down below, beneath all the docks. So we assume that is when we empty the water completely, and that the dock is empty, that we will find another one there. And then the fifth key is held by a king on his throne. A throne room or some sort, which we haven't seen yet. The sixth in a station, we found that one today. The seventh is major if you dropped it quite late. That's if the music room if you dropped it quite late. We dropped it in rank 9 and we had only a few squares left in our house, and that's why we found the sanctum key. So this is the music room, the 7th. And then the last key is waiting behind the last door of 8. We assume it's in the mechanarium, which I couldn't find today, but we have all the other gear rooms in the house, more or less. Except for the workshop and the utility, which we could not bring. But we brought the other ones on common, so we should be able to see the other ones more often. Now, of course, if we can... but that's from another game. And then this... So this thing is next up here. But we don't know how many there are, so we're gonna have to play around with that, I think. So we know the border, we know it's pink, we know pink from the Mora J box is that the door that we opened, this core. So this is the solution for this thing. We know what the rays are, we know what the symbols are, we know what the border is. What we don't know is how many of each are there. So I don't know if we can solve this one. We're gonna give it a go, I guess. We'll start on the inside as always. No. 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 We need circles. I think it's that one. Oh. Okay, it's that one. And then we need the lines, which is the next one that we can interact with, which is this thing. We need these squiggly bits. No. 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 I don't think so. It needs to be smoother. Yeah, these. We need these. Okay. And then the next one. What does that do? This one. Oh, can we just press it? Ah, it will give us the lines. It still uses our lines. It still uses these symbols. But we have the wrong border. So if we can press this again, that's until we give it the right border. Right, it's 4-4. Okay, so we don't need to. I don't think, is that connected? Yeah, they are connected. This could be it then, actually. No. Is there another border? Oh, it could be this one as well. It's 8-8. We didn't have 8, did we? This could also be it. That's the same border. There are two solutions with that border. Nope. No, it has to be that. Has to be this board. But now it's 4-4 again. Okay. Can we just change the border? Oh, we can. Okay. We know we have the right lines and the right symbols. So we just need to get that border here until we have the right number of lines. So we need this A2. No. Okay. So then we press this. Now we have 5-8 or whatever, and then change the border again. We don't know how many there are, so we're gonna have to always set it up. Okay, this one. So now we have 5 lines and 8. Yep. Okay. So here you have to gamble in a word, unless there is a way to know how many of each. We know we have the right symbols, so it's a bit trial and error then, I guess. And of course we don't have a magnifying glass to watch at the yeah, we knew it was pink. Yeah, we had the information. We know it's pink. We had from the lost and found stone thing there, we had the border, the lines and the modes. We just didn't know how many of them. So yeah, that's a bit of a gamble. So this is pink. Turtle. Verra Express. This is Verra. Okay. Pink is Verra. Apparently. What's that? Very Aries or something? Or just Verra? Verra, just Verra, okay. So Verra is pink. You probably have to write that down as well, right? So what we have sold so far is black. That's Orinda Aries. And then door 2 was red, which was Pen Aries. Five, 6, 7, 8. I don't know. We need to check. We need to check in a second. We need to check in a second. What I also need to check is, did I scratch that metro station key? Oh. Safe house it is. I wrote down metro station. Well, yeah, whatever makes sense in your mind. So we need to figure out what this is. Well, we know it's Verra, but we need to see what door this is. This might my prejudice against Mother Nature. I am that I have deeply live here at the Verra. The memories of the youthful trip I took here with my brother have been relentless, and as I've gotten older, I felt less and less to recall and set trivial pleasures. So he has been here before. It is a bit weird though that Verra Shores, the stamp is orange. Yeah, if we ever have a magnifying glass, we need to look at the stamps of these postcards, because then they show up in our book in the library, I think, in our overview book, you know, the records and so. Turtles. Each visitor of Verra upon arriving is lent one of these herd shell friends for the duration of their stay, as both lead guide and companion. I'm still under the span of island life, even if the weather here is much more severe than it was in Morajai. Okay, that's for our route. But we don't know. Oh. We don't know much about the route. We know he starts in Orinda Ares. Then he went south to Eraja. We know that. Then we don't know. We just know that at the end of his trip of 8 countries in 8 months, he finishes in Fen Ares, back home, which first was black, but after the war it became red. So he started, but yeah, I'm not sure how that all is working though. So he went on a trip. But our great uncle was completely into the black realm. So I thought at first that he went on a trip for 8 months and then came back, and meanwhile it was Fen Ares, the red area, but the war took 22 years. We read in the history of Orindia. So it's a 22-year war, and our uncle did an 8-month trip, so he must have already started when it was red Fen Ares. But he's completely into the black, so he's like, that's why he starts his trip. He's writing it down as if he was into the black area, the black country. So and then he went south to Violet. Now we're gonna have to find a postcard in there, in that room, to figure out where he went next. And now we know that he's now in Verra and he was coming from Morajai. But we have no idea. Do we? No, we have no idea what Morajai is, what color that is. No, we have no idea. We'll check that in a second, but what door is this? 7. Okay, so door 7 is pink. And the place is called Verra. Well, yeah, that's our problem. We don't know what this is. We don't know what this is. We don't know what this is. We know this is a Raja. We know this is Arch Ares. This is Fence. This is where this will be the end. This is where he finishes his route. And this is Orinda Ares. That's where he starts. So Orinda Ares, Fen Ares, Arch Ares, Raja. Have no idea. No idea. We now know that this is Verra. And I have no idea. So yeah. We know one of them is Morajai. Which gotta be one of these 3 then. Did we find a Morajai puzzle in the morning room? then that could be, but I don't think so. Don't think we found a picture there. No, we found a more giant box in the trading post, which is a shop. Shops are yellow. Makes sense because we had the lock yellow there. That was that symbol that we had the lock on that Mora J box. Now the one in the lost and found earlier, that was that symbol, and then the rest came from here. This is where we got the rest of the solution. And from the Mora Joy box we knew it was pink. But that border is indeed pink. So yeah, we can't get any more information from this. Okay, the only thing we can do is open that Mora J box, which will be pink, which is rotation. Oh, there's orange as well here. Okay. The Verra variation. So yeah, this is the these Mora J boxes. They're puzzle boxes, and they were played differently in every of the countries or the realms. While Mora J boxes were never as popular in Verra, that's where we are now, as in other realms, pink tiles were eventually introduced, based on the Verran people's devout respect of the sacred circle. When these tiles are pressed, all adjacent and diagonal tiles rotate around the pressed tile. Yeah, we know that, it's rotation. So what do we have to work with here? Gray, which doesn't do anything. We have pink, which rotate. And we have orange, which changes color if you put two other colors next to it. So what we have to do here is we need to put the pink in between, or the I think we need to put a gap between two oranges and put a pink in between, then click on the pink, the two oranges will become pink. I think that's how it works. Changes color basically. So yeah, we're definitely gonna have to rotate some of these guys here into play. Like here. If I now click on the pink, these oranges become pink, I think. No. The other way around then. How did I do? I clicked on the wrong one, didn't I? So if I click on the orange, they become pink. Or is it the other way around? No, no, yeah, okay, okay. So that's how we're creating extra pinks. This becomes a pink now. I need to get this printing out of here. Okay. Okay, so now they're all pink. Now we just need to rotate them somehow or another to the corner. Not sure how they're gonna do that, but we need a gap. We need a gap again here. We need to have a gap here. Okay. Now we need a gap there. Okay. Now we need a gap here. Almost. Did we press it too early? Yeah, we can't. We can never get a gap here. We need a gap between these two here. This is fine. Now we need a gap here. I think we press the... Oh, we need to start again. We need to get these boys away from each other. Now what? That can't be a good thing, I think. Now this needs to be here. We have that same problem again. We have that same problem again. This is what we need. Now I need to press that middle one, but it needs to be pink so that they all move one to the right. Okay, that works. This rotates around this here as well. This is just these three middle ones, so they are easier to split. So this we can split like this. This is fine. And now that one. I need to make a gap. This one needs to rotate here now. There we go. A bit more complicated. We eventually got there. Which puts us on 20 allowance already. And we know what pink does. Pink rotates. Yeah, we know that black moves horizontal from the left to the right. Every time you click the black, it will move one spot to the right. And if it's at the end, then it goes back to the beginning. So it's like horizontal rotation. And red, if you press red, then all the blacks on the box turn red. So you can sort of switch your blacks to the corners and then press a red one somewhere, and then all those blacks will become red. That's how we got red in the corners. And then pink rotates. Green rotates from the top row to the bottom row, or the other way around. Or from the first column to the last column, but it always skips the middle, basically. And then yellow only went up. If you click yellow, it only goes up. And once it's on the top row, yeah, then you need another color, like pink or something, to bring it down, so that you can rotate it. Okay, next up. So we solved another one here. Because we were lucky that we found that stone in the lost and found, with basically the solution on it. We just had to puzzle to see how many lines there were. So Verra is solved, Orinda is solved, and Fen is solved. We have not much information about the others, so we're gonna have to find some new books or rooms which will give us that information. Morning room, I think, gives us on the wall there, you have that half circle which is white, so I think it gave us the color for white. That means that the last door, the diamond, has to be green and will be nuanced. Okay. Jesus Christ, we had so many plans today, and now this thing on top. Well, Sigils was one of them. Upgrade this, we need to upgrade that room. We need to get to a computer. But I want to go to security computer, because I will also show you the metro route that our mother took. She showed it to us in security. So I want to go to security so that I can show you there. Because I don't think we can do it on the laboratory computer. So it doesn't matter if we go one of these labs or security or office, they all have a computer. But security is the only one which has access to that. I'm pretty sure. I don't think the second password works in any of the other rooms, so yeah, it's gonna be a matter, do we have enough steps to get there? We definitely need to get this upgrade disc out of the way, because otherwise we lose another one. I think we already lost one. Situation where we found an upgrade disc and we didn't have a computer. Other than that, we wanted to do the burning glass, but we found the torch. Same effect. We lighted the candles we wanted to light. We did the chapel, we did the two things in the tomb. We already did the other one in the tomb, in the abandoned mine there, and then the one in the tunnel we also lit up. We dug up that floor plan over here, which was the lost and found. And we lighted up the light in the tunnel. Over there, yeah. Yeah, the torches are on, that's where we found the tunnel floor plan. There are some crates in the way which we can remove, apparently. But we haven't figured that out, probably with some lab experiments or something. We also have not figured out what the pattern about this is, why there are different colors here. White, gray, black. Might be some other thing that we have to play with. Okay. Just thought like maybe I can burn it or something. Well, maybe not with the torch, maybe with the burning glass, that might be possible. Okay, what do we have left? 11 steps. Now we have 10 coins though. Where's the kitchen? We have to go to the chapel, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps to the kitchen. We can get some food there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 again. 7 extra steps. Yeah, actually we want to do that, I think. There's no other way to get to the chapel, I think, right? No. Oh yeah, and the bedroom is free. Okay, that's fine. Is this kitchen already? Yeah. So we can do club sandwiches. Plus 5 steps for every green room. We only have 1 green room, that's not interesting. Club sandwich it is. 15 steps. And then we go back to the bedroom again. This way we can also check the pool to see if there's something there. Through the pantry. And then this should be security with this. So first do the upgrade disc. So where did we find this one? In the tomb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got 9 upgrade discs. No, we got 9 upgraded floor plans, but I think we lost one. I think the one from Our Lady's chamber we have not put in the computer. It's either that or we didn't buy the one in the commissary yet. No. Billiard room. Let's see what we get. Speak Easy, basic edition. That's gonna make the billiard room have a simple puzzle or something. We know sort of what the rules are, so. The break room. If you call it a day in the break room, tomorrow you will begin the day with a staff keycard. Yeah. Well, that could be interesting because then you can, of course, always go to the foundation to call the elevator there in case you get into dead ends. So that could be interesting. Pool hall. Adds a great hall, a foyer, and a secret passage to today's draft pool. Which means you have 2 of everything. That's also interesting though. Because the foyer opens the doors in the Great Hall. Great Hall has 7 locked doors, but if you have the foyer, then the doors are unlocked. Some one of those strategical combos that you can do. Foyer followed by Great Hall. That is one of the reasons why we want Power of the King. Then we can choose orange. Then we always have access to room 46 whenever we need it. We just run a day with orange. Choose Power of the King, orange rooms. It will give you foyer, it will give you Great Hall, and you have access to the antechamber. Guaranteed. But having a key card could also be interesting. Although today we're running out of keys, our problem is not the key card door. We had not 1 key card door, although we have not changed anything on the computer. I don't know. If you have power and you have security, we have put security on common. We're gonna see security every day from now on, 100%. We put the rarity on common using the gear range. We did not do that with the utility because we didn't find it, but we can still find that gear wrench. The gear wrench you can also find in a tool shed. I think I'm gonna go for that pool hall. That pool hall seems to be more interesting to me. The combination of foyer great hall is pretty powerful. And if you do that on a day where you use your power of the king and you run an orange day, which is gonna give you more, basically it's gonna give you all the orange rooms. That is a very powerful room then. Because it adds another one, right? So then you have 2 foyers and 2 great halls in your house. So yeah, that's almost guaranteed access to the antechamber, and if you then use the tunnel to get up there, yeah, then you can pretty much, you can start here with a tunnel, and then you drop a corner room there, and then you on the left, you look for your great hall and your foyer, you pull the lever, you can go through the tunnel all the way up and you walk in. This is like 10 to 15 steps and you're in the antechamber, or you're in room 46, because you can start the day by opening room 46 because we have the wall open. We can pull the lever whenever. Our problem today is keys. It's very simple, because it's not like we're dead. As a matter of fact, if everything goes right, we would be able to fill up this whole grid for the full house trophy. We had that the other day. We filled up the whole grid except for one square over there. That was a security door, and we did not have a key card. Other than that, is there anything we can do before we call it a day? I don't think so. We are gonna lose all this stuff. We don't have a workshop, so we cannot even, and even if we did, we don't. Yeah, we might be able to make the power hammer, sledgehammer, battery pack, if the workshop would have the broken lever. Very possible. Workshop always has an item in it, so we don't have a key card. The system is not off because we couldn't find utility. Otherwise we could go up through the foundation and still get a door here, but everything else is locked and we have no keys. And they're not security doors, they're just normal keys. We just have no keys. That's very often happens in these situations, but that's okay. We get things done. We lighted all the candles we can light in the tube now, I think. Entrance hall on the left, we lighted them. The one on the back, we lighted. It opened the tomb of our grandmother, where we found the diary key. So from now on, we can always just pick it up there. But then you need to search for, if you have tomb, no, you need to do it differently. You sort of climb up to the left and then come down and see if you can find ladies' chamber. If you have ladies' chamber, then you go outside with 2 rolling dice and you have guaranteed a tomb. Then you can find the diary key and come back and open the diary. Because you can also, you don't have to draft your room in the morning. We have done so, so far we have always drafted the morning outside room. But sometimes you don't know where the day is going to lead you and which of those rooms would be in your benefit. You don't have to draft the room outside. Unless you're really into that tool shed to get your 2 items, but I'm working on an attic plan at the moment. What do I mean by that? I have the attic. We have axed it, so it is no more cost. Instead of 3 gems, it doesn't cost anything anymore now. The only thing we need now is this thing to show up in the conservatory so that we can change the rarity to, let's say, standard. It is a dead end after all. I don't want to put it on common, but I would put it on standard so that we see it more. With 8 items in there, then we're in good shape. Okay, let's double check this here. Spare bedroom, that's 1 upgrade. Pool hall, that's 2. Bedroom closet, that's 3. Breakfast nook is 4. Eel aquarium is 5. Boudoir is 6. Nursery is 7. Hallway is 8. Courtyard is 9. It's 9, huh? It is 9. Lost and Found is 1. Abandoned Mine is 2. The Tomb is 3. Morning Room 4. Great Hall is 5. Foundation is 6. Garage is 7. Office is 8. Commissary is 9. Ladyship is 10. We found 10 upgrade discs. I think I lost the one in the Great Hall. I think we found that one in the Great Hall and we did not have a computer in the house that day. So the question is that thing gonna be back there, or do we have to buy it in the Great thing or something in the commissary? Now the route. Let's have a look. Where there are 4 coins somewhere. We missed 4 coins somewhere. Oh, that could be in the pool because we emptied the pool. And that route that I was trying to show you. So we are using the second password, meaning Swangsong Home Surveillance Security, or Security Surveillance, whatever it is. Swangsong HSS. Connecting to the HSS. Home Security Surveillance. And then if you look, yeah, most of the years have nothing. 1993, that has the cutscenes from the Rumpus Room. How many did we get? The parlor is basically the introduction of the game when your great uncle is reading his codicil from the parlor. Security is the cutscene where you walk in the security the first time. And then we have a Rumpus Room. At the moment 2 times we opened it, but I think you can get it 8 times. I'm assuming everything is 8 in this game, so more than likely you can get it 8 times. So you can always rewatch the thingy things here. And the rest of the years have nothing, I think. But then we have from 87. You have library, entrance, and security. And if you watch the security footage, might be flashing a bit, but it's old footage, right? And that's why I said 87, whatever I wrote down there earlier. Your mother is showing the route here, connecting those train stations. There she goes, standing on a. You see, it's the route. She shows you the route. There it is. That's the route that she took on the metro station. And I remember that, so that's why I connected those dots. What did I say? I wrote it down somewhere. Metro route. I don't know what we need it for, but I just wrote it down. Always, if you don't know what you need it for, just write it down or take a screenshot. And then try to find it in your papers. Could also help. I just wrote it down. What are you doing there? Oh, there we go. 8 was 873 10 113. And I wrote down the names as well, but I don't know if that matters. We will see. Whenever we run into whatever we need it for, that's what you very often have to have it in this game. If you find something and you don't know what to do with it, or you have no idea what's going on, then just take a screenshot of it or make some notes of it, because You will need it in a later stage more. That's how this game works. And so how do we get the second password? Was from that message. We found that same thing that we just found in that metro, the piece of paper with the screens of the security. We found the same thing as sort of in the attic. And so on this screen it shows the first room is the spare room, so that's an S. The second one is the walk-in closet, that's a W. Archives and Nook, so that's Swan. And then the second row is storeroom, office, nursery, gallery, so that's Song. And then the last one is hallway, security, showroom, HSS. So Swang Song HSS is the second password of the computer. And then you can get that thing, and then she shows you the route, and then you come into the metro station, and then, although that was in a different episode that we saw that, but that's why you need to make screenshots and metro and notes. How on earth are we getting to the pool? This way. I think that's where the fork. Yeah, here we haven't. It's white. This half circle is white. So whatever that sigil downstairs is, that half circle, that's gonna be white. The border is gonna be white, I think. But the rest of the room is green. But yeah, it is a green room, of course. We still have white and green left, though. That's the thing. But nothing is. We know nuance is green, but nothing is referring to nuance in this room. Nuance is aerial things. They're flying blimps there. That's their way of transportation. Air balloons. No, I don't know. That's what I thought. We emptied the pool in the reservoir, and that's where our 4 coins are. So the pool is now open and the reservoir is on metro level, but that's of course something we could do. But then we're gonna need to put some water back in the pool, I think. Can we get there is the next question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. But we are getting 2 back from the bedroom, which makes it 12. I think we're gonna die in the pump room then. There's no way to shorten it. One. Because if we can get back to the pump room, we have done what we had to do in that metro. I need to spread coins. That's our only way. Spread coins, and then whatever coins we find, and we need to hope that they already spread some over here on the table. They didn't. That's not good. And we also don't have a metal detector, so that metal detector is not going to help us. So yeah, it's the only thing we can do though. Step by step, go back and see if we can find coin. We can't check the bottom of the grid, obviously. We try to get back to the pump room, but we're gonna die. If we cannot find any coins and buy some extra bananas here, we're gonna die. We need just a few more steps. So a few coins will do. And I don't want to break the pick in the chapel. Must have spread some coins somewhere. We spread the gold. And seeing we do not have a magnifying, not have a metal detector, they should be on the table somewhere. If you have a metal detector, they can be on the ground as well, but not spread coins. I don't know where it spread them though, but security. Okay, we got a few here. There are a few there, but how can we even get in there? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 2 is 8. 7, 6, 5. Seven, right? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 plus 2 is 2. No, we don't get there. We can't pick those up. We cannot pick those up. We can't pick them up. Armory, we cannot check either, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the kitchen, but we get 2 from the bedroom back. So we should be good. Okay, bedroom. No coins here. Okay, hallway. No coins here. Now we're in the kitchen, I guess. Any coins in the kitchen itself? Nah. We only have one green room, so I'm not going to buy the 8 coins one. I'm just going to buy 5 coins for 5 steps. That seems to be stupid. This is 2 for 3. That's 6. That's 11. Now we have only 1 banana left though. Okay, 19 steps. Oh, we can check even here now. If there are a few more coins left. No. Boom, boom, boom. Boudoir also doesn't have any. Nope. Boiler room probably has some on the ground somewhere, but not gonna bother with that. Door is still locked. Haven't opened it. Passageway. Pump room. Yeah, I can't empty that reservoir. We can't empty it without putting some water in the pool. How weird that also is. that work? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. 6 in the reservoir and 4 in the thingy thing. Okay. So yeah, that's fine. That's for our next step. There's a sanctum key on the bottom of the thing somewhere. So we are set up for the next time without having to drop the pool and the pump house in our house the next time. We have done what we had to do. We brought the boat across with the level 13 reservoir. And now with the level 6 we just checked everything in that metro station. We don't necessarily need to be back there. We can later on, if we get the pump room again, we can put the thing back. We don't even need power next time because we filled up this reserve tank, so we can mess around with this. We have enough for water control now. Other than that, well, we obviously don't want to call it a day anymore in these bedrooms because apparently we'll lose steps if we do that. Let's see, Lucky Rabbit's Foot, battery pack, gear range, sledgehammers. I can't go check the self-igniting torch or the diary key because we don't have a code check. We started off very well with the chess pieces, then Nook. That's the den is a pawn, the Nook is a rook, chapel is a bishop. Security is a knight, the office is a king, but we don't have the queen. Queen requires either study or ladies' chamber, and we don't have either of them. So yeah, I think we are dead, although we have 1, 2, 3, 4 doors. They're all locked. So we'll just call it a day. In the dining room next to the fireplace. Why not? Because we can. Hey, we got some stuff done. Not only did we find a new sanctum key, with the combination of what we found in the lost and found room there is we actually managed to solve it as well. We put the reservoir on the level we needed for the next time, because also on the bottom of the reservoir is somewhere a sanctum key. According to the 8 doors message that we have there, we're sort of indicating where they are. What we have not seen today is something we have to take care of next time. We need to get the conservatory. So next time we will look at chess pieces, check out what's going on that reservoir there. The drafting studio, yeah. We need to get the conservatory either in the right or left corner here. The conservatory you can only draft in the corners of the 4 corners of the house. But what that does is it lets you change the rarity of 3 of your floor plans. There are certain rooms which are still on standard or unusual, which we need to get to common. Other rooms, like the attic, I want to get to standard. That thing is still on rare. We axed it, the cost is 0 for us, but we don't see it much. So yeah, that's the plan for the next episode. That will be the next time, although I will be recording it in a few minutes, but we always record a few episodes for the rest of the week. So I will see you guys in the next one, which will be 14, I think. But we need to keep track of our goals, because at the moment we're at that stage where we're not talking about one puzzle anymore. We are talking about working on 4, 5, 6 puzzles at the same time in a way. We have the Sigils, we have the chessboard. We are still working on what's going on with all these realms or countries. We need to find a book which has more information about that as well, because there are a few key pointers that we are missing, because the pages were ripped out of the book that we did find. And we had Clockwork Manor today because we had the gear wrench. So we did laboratory, security, boiler room and pump room. Which means we still have workshop and utility, which we need to get on a lower rarity if possible. Either with the gear range or with the conservatory room. And if we can get these things on all on common, then we can get them all in the house at one day and then get the mechanarium, which also has a sanctum key. But you need to have the other gear rooms in the house, so the only way that's gonna work is if you mess around with the rarity. It's somewhere in my head. We'll exit and I will save and quit. And then we'll stop it here. As for today, thank you guys for watching. We will see you guys in the next episode. One of the next days, probably. I usually post them every day or every 2 days, so we'll see you guys then. Bye bye for now.